My name is Janelle Barksdale, and this is the Roses and Thorns Book Club for January 2021. And the book that we're reading is 1 Month to Live. The focus is living a life with no regrets. Today is day 8. There is a quote right at the beginning of today's devotion. It reads, "It is never too late to be what you might have been." And so it's a matter of today being the day. The question that led today's devotion is, do you ever feel powerless in life? That's a question I want you to consider. Have you ever felt like you were not in control? Like you didn't have the power, the authority, what you needed in order to do life? Well, the fact of the matter is we're all powerless. And when you're considering the last 30 days of your life, you recognize just how powerless that you are. Realizing that we are not in control and that we owe all to God and that we surrender our lives to Him, it should bring about a peace that we can cast our cares on Him because He is the power that cares for us. He gave an example about motocross racing and in the high side and the low side crashes and how the high side is a little bit more violent and detrimental than the low side. But ultimately, that's what our lives look like. There are things that happen that, yes, while they might cause problems or they might cause a situation, it can be troubling. But then there are those high side threat levels and crashes that we have where it's a crash and burn situation. In those moments, we typically will lean in, depend on God. The encouragement is that in everyday life interactions, if we put our trust, we lean in on God, He will take control and He has all power to cover our crash. Failure is exactly what it's intended to do. Show you that the pathway you chose is not efficient. It's not going to work. Try something new. Failure is not intended for you to stop. And so we will fail. It's not to live a life avoiding failure. Is to live a life that when you fail, that you are able to use that failure and to move to your next level of success. Ultimately knowing that when we crash, when we fail, God is right there to dust us off and give us another chance. And perhaps you're experiencing the levels of failure that Peter has. And we know that Peter experienced the highest level of failure where he denied Christ. He thought he never would, and he denied it. Absolutely not. That's not going to be me. But then when it happened, he was so devastated, he cried bitterly. And perhaps maybe your failure, your high side crash is in your marriage. Maybe it's in your child raising, that your children are just out of control and not making healthy life choices. Maybe it's your career path that's not working right or the health of your own body. No matter where you're crashing, the encouragement to remember is that failure in Christ is never final. Failure is not fatal. God is always there to give us a second chance, a third chance, another chance. I want to encourage you that when we lean into God and His full power, we will see results, we will win races, we will overcome all types of challenges when we lean into and understand that God is our source of power. That's how we can go full throttle. That brings us to our Make It Last for Life section. Here we have 3 questions. First, you're going to start off with making a list of all the things that you believe prevent you from living a full life in Christ. Number 2, what's the greatest fear you have against fully trusting God with your life? And number 3, and when you failed and you're trying to get your life back on track, it's often beneficial to talk to someone. So call someone today and share with them where you are in your faith. I'm sure they will surround you with encouragement. That concludes day number 8. I'm looking forward to day 9 in 1 Month to Live. As always, remember to go to our website, www.rosesandthorns.org, and there you'll find resources to support you as you are reading 1 Month to Live. Until next time.